The most important thing in the world is believing in yourself, because too many of us spend too much of our life not believing in ourselves. And that's a fucking shame, because everything you want is on the other side of believing you can. And persisting in that belief long enough till it becomes fucking reality. As I head into my Ironman 70.3 in 2 months' time, I'm going to document my whole preparation process. As someone who's kind of just winging it, I took a 1-month trip to Thailand and China. I just came back, and now I only have 2 months to prepare. So I kind of fucked myself a little bit, but you know, such is life, and you just gotta roll with the punches. So tonight we're making dinner, and I'm gonna make a steak and noodles. And basically, I'm going to document this process of the training preparation that I'm going to be doing in the coming 2 months. We're going to be talking mindset. We're going to be talking nutrition, training, philosophy, really all of it. And I'm going to just record it while I do things, because I don't really have time to. I guess I can make time, but I already have enough stuff going on right now to sit down and be like super formal. So I'm just gonna be casual with it along the whole thing, right? Hopefully more rawness can make it more followable, right? Because it's not like a classroom, it's not like a clinical setting, it's not too clinical, you know, it's practical. Okay? And what you guys will quickly see is that I do try to plan for things, but I don't obsess over optimization. Over optimization is gay. That is the first principle we should learn. Okay? I'm talking so much that I don't even know what I'm doing in the kitchen right now. It's nice that this camera can follow me, eh? Make some noodles. Grab my steak. So you could say this is lazy content, but honestly, like, I think it's more valuable than formal content, because you're getting to see the actual, you know, process, right? So, I haven't decided whether I want to count my macros for nutrition on the lead up, but this is where people already start to get pissed off, because they're like, whoa, this guy's so like, you know, like not taking it seriously, and he's like not like optimizing. I told you from the beginning, okay? Over optimization is gay. Of course you need to prepare for things, but at the same time, it's like, dude, just have fun, you know? Stop taking it so seriously. Right? Okay. The steak. Just season it and slap it on the grill. Okay. Maybe you want to see the steak. I want you guys to know that I have no endurance background. Okay, I've been lifting for 10 years. I've been a personal trainer for 3-4 years. I graduated with my degree in exercise science at one of the top programs of the world, but honestly, school is overrated. I was a registered kinesiologist, but I gave up that shit because it was just like, it was like a useless accreditation that, I don't know, it's just poorly managed, you know? It's just like how if you want to be a doctor, you have to be certified and stay certified with the board and stuff. The same idea, but the regulation around, you know, kinesiologists where I am is it's just like nobody knows what they even do, or it's just like, I'm like, I don't need this, okay? If you've been following me for a while, or if you just started watching this, you'll probably quickly come to find that I'm not a conventional thinker. I don't think typically, you know. I have my own ideas and philosophy about things, and my premise on life is that you need to develop a vision for your life and a philosophy for yourself so that you can direct your own life rather than being directed. Because we are all programmed in one way or another. Most of the ideas that we have are not ours. That's what I'm trying to say. It's been programmed to us by some authority, whether it's, you know, a teacher's or, you know, the system, you know, your parents, your peers, right? So a lot of us, there's a lot of conformity that we're unaware of, but this conformity, these ideas, this programming runs your life. And, you know, to most people it's like, that's fine, just everything's la-di-da-di-da, shlab-ami-nab, everything's fine and good, you know. But for me, part of my story is like, I tried following the normie path, right? But I got really depressed and really unhappy, and for the longest time, for a while, I was like, I couldn't figure out why, because on paper I was working towards a life that was going to be successful, that was looking good on paper. You know, I was hitting the checkpoints and the milestones that you're supposed to hit as a young person in this society, right? Of what they tell you is prestige, what they tell you should want. But I burned out, and 2, I got fed up. I guess that's the same thing. My problem right now is if I start yapping, I can yap on forever and ever, which is really funny because I struggled with social anxiety and corn addiction and just all of that shit for a long time, but I don't know, the person that I've become now, it's I don't know. I'm amused by it myself. Because, you know, I didn't think I would become this way, but on the path to becoming your true self, things change, and just life's never been better. You know, when you live true to the person that you want to be, everything gets better. How many people can really say that they're living true to who they want to be? Because again, it's the programming. You know, you're told to be a certain way, and although it's not, most people don't know what they really want, they just follow what they're told they should want, right? I think I said this in the beginning, like, well, if I didn't say it in the beginning, I'll say it now. I'm pretty direct with how I speak. And again, this is funny because I used to be so afraid of being direct. You know, I was a people pleaser. But I got like fed up with being fed up all the time, you know? So something in my soul just rebelled. And now I say what I truly think. I don't filter, I don't hold back. Like, and some people hate me for this, right? But some people like me for this because I'm like, they know that what I'm saying is not, I don't talk shit behind your back. You know what I mean? If you're being retarded, I would just be straight up with you. What the fuck are you doing? You know? And I wish more people were like that. I wish more people were like that to me, right? So they don't have to talk shit behind my back. Because I would rather get the feedback straight up, right? So that I can improve. The overarching mission of my channel is to help you become the version of yourself that you're fucking proud of, that you fuck with, you know? Because I don't think too many of us are actually proud of who we are, and that's a fucking shame, because you have so much potential laying dormant inside of you. Each and every one of us does. And that inner voice of self-doubt gets to us, right? But it's like, you have to get to a point where you're so fed up with being fed up that you're just like, it's time to become me. It's time to be myself. You know? I'm sick and tired of this shit. This fucking matrix. Nothing's real in this world. The money isn't real. God, the food isn't real. The women aren't real. What is still real? You have to find that within. 372 grams of the rib steak. Cooking some Chinese noodles. 150 grams. I'm kind of just tracking macros to show you, but like some days I don't even care, and I'm sure like some days on this prep I won't even bother. So like literally every single day it's like I'm disciplined. There's an amount of discipline I need for the baseline in order to actually successfully run this event, but the other part of it I'm just kind of winging it as I go, right? Because think about it, when you make a plan, usually, how long does it take for it to all fall apart? After you actually get started. Right? It never turns out in reality to the way you planned. So it's like, plan to be spontaneous. Plan to adapt. On a side note, there will get to a point of your life where you get so sick and tired of letting bullshit hold you back. You just get so tired of letting bullshit hold you back, you don't give a fuck anymore. Like, you just need to go and do the things you need to do in order to become the person you need to become. And at that point, you no longer run away from it. You run towards it. Because the pain of not becoming that person starts to exceed the pain of remaining the same. And that's when you're pulled. You're pulled by a purpose, a fuel, a mission that's bigger than yourself. Self-transcendence. Baby, that's what it is. I'm gonna cook these noodles in this steak oil. God bless. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, look at that. Sip it right up. I'm gonna add some salty oyster sauce. I'm doing this stuff that I'm doing on the channel. I'm gonna be posting more weekly, I think. Because it's partially selfish, partially I want to just help all of us become the men that we know we can become. You know what I mean? And I will shamelessly plug myself, right? If you need help getting into shape, if you feel, stuck in your life and you just don't know, you feel trapped, you feel depressed, purposeless, like it's hard to wake up in that morning, it's you can't really describe it to people. Only you know that feeling. And it's about getting over that. But you feel so stuck in that rut. It's like, how? Right? I'll tell you, one of the ways you can do that is to build a body that you actually respect, is to build a person you respect in the mirror. Okay, I'll put it like that. It's not only your body, but obviously how fit you are physically changes how you view yourself in the mirror. It's all a positive cycle, right? And that affects your confidence. The confidence affects the way you show up, your self-image, right? And what you believe you're capable of. And then you dare to do new things. You dare to venture out. You dare to expand yourself and your life improves. All right. Let's add some soy sauce to the broccoli. And I know these videos are going to be long and they're going to be pretty raw. So I don't even know if I want to go into Premiere and like edit out the parts where I don't talk. Premiere kind of sucks for voice editing. It's just like not, the workflow is not smooth. But here we are, triple threat. I'm gonna try to carry all three at once. I might regret this. Oh my God. Here we go. You're probably asking why why the kitchen looks so goddamn nice. It's because it's relatively newly built. Built it with my father. I'm living at home because in this day and age, it's like house prices are crazy. That's why you have to figure out a way to escape. But I designed everything. We installed everything. So I have all the footage of the house build, but I just never posted it. Me and the old man. You know, men don't bond through words. They bond through activity. So it was nice being able to do that with my father. You have to be smart. Looks very premium, right? Looks super expensive. It wasn't. Why? Because everything's from China. You don't go for the Italian stuff, you go for the Chinese stuff. Same look, completely different price point. Luxury doesn't have to be expensive. The key is that you are happy with your life and where you are. No amount of material things will fulfill that void. It's fucking empty. Material stuff is a nice cherry on top, but if you let that drive you, then you're a slave. You have to do it for something bigger. You have to do it for the spiritual. You have to do it for the immaterial. Because only that will sustain you. Do it to lift the world. Do it to lift yourself. It's a spiritual practice. Live in the service of God, your highest self. Don't let anybody stop you from achieving your dreams and getting everything you want in life. People will hate on you no matter what you do. The more you expose yourself, the more people will try to expose you. So it's easier to stay invisible. It's easier to keep playing small. Because no exposure equals no danger. No risk. But no risk equals no upside. This video isn't meant to be much other than show you. Live your life working towards something that's meaningful to you. At the time, this behind me was meaningful. I spent all my energy thinking of how can I design this to be the most sexiest, prettiest thing ever. Be intentional. Right now, my main focus is to get this event done in 2 months so that I can then shift my attention to other things. But that being said, you have to make sure you enjoy the fucking process every step along the way, because otherwise it's all going to be pointless. It doesn't matter how much you achieve or how much you have. You need to be present to enjoy a simple meal. You need to be there for yourself, because when nobody else is there for you, are you there for yourself? If the answer is no, it's about time you patted yourself on the back and picked yourself back up and told yourself, hey, I believe in you. Let's fucking do this. You're gonna fall down. You're gonna make mistakes. It doesn't fucking matter. What matters is that you are striving towards something bigger. And you're not gonna let yourself stop yourself any longer. Because you're sick and tired of not being the version of you that you know you could be deep down. This is my only meal of the day. I had, coffee, latte, snack earlier, but that was about it. Orange. The most important thing in the world is believing in yourself. Because too many of us spend too much of our life not believing in ourselves. And that's a fucking shame, because everything you want is on the other side of believing you can. And persisting in that belief long enough till it becomes fucking reality. I was so proud of this when we first built it and finished it. Now I'm like, yeah, it's whatever. Right? And I know how I sound to some people. I'm like, oh, you're so privileged. You're so, Yeah, I know. It comes with its own set of problems. Because I still want more. If I don't strive, then I fall into a depression. I fall into anxiety. I fall into purposelessness. I need something to drive me forward. When you've set the baseline, when you've set the standard for your standards, how low are you willing to accept yourself? Every time you improve, you raise that bar. How intentional are you with your body? How intentional are you with your mind and the thoughts you think? How intentional are you with your behaviors and what you do on a day-to-day? How intentional are you with the space that you live in? Again, it's not about the money, it's about your intention with it. You think this would have been created if I didn't have intention? You think I would have created the body that I created if I didn't have intention? You think I would have overcome the self-doubt and people-pleasing and just fear of everything if I didn't have the intention? You think it was imaginable to me 4 years ago that I would be speaking like this? People don't see the work you do in private. They just see the end result and then they judge every step along the way. Oh, but he grew up rich. Oh, but You're missing the point. Because it just becomes more excuses. He got it this way. Well, I don't have it this way, so, Great, more excuses for you. The question is, when will you stop letting them run your life? Right? I told you from the beginning. I'm harsh and direct, but it's out of love. It's out of love. It's as if I'm speaking to my past self. The version of myself that was scared. Scared. And I'm here to reassure him, I get that you're scared. I fucking get it. But just dare to step forward. Dare to take up space. Dare to just keep going 1 foot in front of the other, even though you have no fucking idea what you're doing. I had no fucking idea how to install any of this. Me and my father, we installed all of this. We installed all of this. I don't think you understand. Unless you've been around construction. And maybe it's nothing to you, right? I designed. There was intention. It looks snobby because there's intention behind it. Don't be afraid to have intention, because look at the result that intention gives you. People without intention will constantly try to drag you down. And that is one of the biggest challenges of the journey, to pull yourself out of, right? It's to become fearless, not because you don't have fear, but because you fear letting fear control your life more than you fear being bigger than fear. Hopefully that makes sense. It's currently 7:21 p.m. I'm going to finish eating this, and then I'm going to be in bed by 8, read some books, unwind, and by 9 p.m. I'm going to be in bed. Everything about your life, and I'm saying this because everything about my life changed when I started to respect myself. When you respect yourself, you have standards you uphold and adhere to. Not because, you need to discipline yourself, to punish yourself, but because you love yourself. You love yourself. You respect yourself. And in this process of loving yourself, you fall in love with the present moment, and you're working towards a better future. What better is that? I've said this over and over again, this same line, but I'm going to keep repeating this same line over and over again throughout videos to come. And it's, when you get so sick and tired of being sick and tired, you will snap. And then all of that energy that was used in being sick and tired will now fuel your greatness. That's the key. And you do it out of love. At the end of the day, nothing matters except love. Love yourself first and foremost. Only then can you love others. Only then can you actually become the person you're supposed to be. You have to love yourself. Because when you love yourself, you see a version of you that's greater. And at the same time, you love the version of you who you are right now. So you meet yourself where you're at, and with your self-loving intention, you meet yourself where you're at, and you transform yourself in real time into becoming the person you're meant to be. And it's a process that never ends. So this ended up being more of a mindset video than, say, a nutrition video. The mindset feeds into the nutrition. Okay, and maybe I'll finally end off with this. I'll finally shut the fuck up and close the camera. The nutrition, the training, the discipline, the habits, all of it is a byproduct of the mindset. Oh, no shit. No shit. Tell me something new. The mindset is living in alignment. Again, you notice the theme? Living in alignment with the person you want to be. Something pulling you towards the future. Something that inspires you, excites you, gets you up. And then the behaviors, like the nutrition, become the byproduct. Because you love yourself, because you respect yourself, you will only put into your body grade A, supreme fuel. because that's how you treat yourself, like you deserve. You treat yourself how you think you deserve to be treated. If you don't value yourself much, you won't treat yourself very well. So, love yourself, value yourself, your standards will go up, everything in my life will get better. Okay, I'll finally end it. Thank you so much for watching this one. I know it's all over the place. More of these raw videos to come. Love y'all. See you in the next one.